Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Turf. Today we're here with Rudy Singh and Arjun Srinivasan, both former national players. So let's get in with our questions. Starting off, Rudy, what's your favorite IPL team?
My favorite IPL team would be SRH because of Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan. I just really love their batting style. It's really fun to watch. They just hit hella sixes and stuff, It's really eye-pleasing.
How do you think they're doing so far? Are you happy?
Yeah, they're doing pretty good so far. A couple of the players are doing really good. Ishan's doing good. Abhishek Sharma's getting into form, so it's good to watch.
What do you think your chances are, like going against a big team like Punjab?
I think as long as our main batters perform, we have a good chance of winning. If we get a high total, I think the bowling can defend it.
Fair. What about you, Dorian?
I've had to choose one. I think I have to say CSK.
Why CSK?
Because I am Tamil, my family's Tamil, so it's just like, born into me. It kind of sucks that they're doing really bad right now. Kind of batting like test match. But hopefully, they can turn their season around. Like, it's just the beginning so far, so, anything can happen.
Do you think Tala's really gonna pull you guys in?
I don't know about all that, but I definitely look up to him as a captain myself. I really like how he's so composed and he carries out his game so naturally and confidently.
That's pretty cool. Again, going back to your favorite team, SRH, what do you think about Travis Head? I know I've asked this to other people that like SRH. What do you think about Travis?
I think he's a pretty good batsman sometimes, but he performed really well with Abhishek Sharma as an opener. This year, he's been doing a bit mid. He's not been living up to his expectations. But I'm hoping that eventually he'll get back into form, have a good opening partnership with Abhishek Sharma, and they'll get high totals as they did last year.
What about Praful and other openers? I know they did really well in the first game against Aura, but now
We got Vaibhav Suryavanshi out. He got 4 wickets. Other than that, I haven't really seen him much, but he's not been getting as many wickets as he did in the first game. But I still have hope for him. He's a good bowler. He got a lot of good wickets, so I'm hoping he does that.
Yeah, nice. What about going to you, Srini, for CSK? What do you think of Dewald Brevis? I know he had a lot of hype, but he's not really performing to his best. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Dewald Brevis is definitely a good batsman, just like how Rudy said. Similar to the Travis Head situation. He's doing okay, but he's not living up to the expectation that all the fans thought he would. Definitely, I think there's hope for him. The way that he bats, how he's so aggressive. He can't turn his IPL season and CSK's season around, hopefully.
Nice. Good answers. Well, moving on to the Hub this year, I want to hear from you guys, especially since you guys played nationals. How would you compare this year's Hub to last year's Hub?
I would say this year, the under 13 kids who came, they have a lot more talent. But last year, playing as juniors and under 15, we saw a lot more competition, especially there only being one team that made it to nationals. There was a lot more competition and more senior players than us who had more experience in playing the game. It was a lot harder to make the team than it probably is now, especially since there's 2 teams. But there's a lot of youth. So us both being national players, we have a bit more experience than them. So we know what we're doing. We know how to get in, Yeah, so compared to them, they're a bit new. So they'll have to figure it out as well.
I kind of disagree with Rudy here. I feel I understand there's 2 teams this year, but I still feel this year the competitiveness is definitely way higher than last year. I feel last year there was just a couple players who were sure gonna make it, and then everyone else was just fighting for those last couple spots. But I feel this year there's just so many players, so many talented players from already the national players me, Rudy, and everyone else. And U13 players who came up, who made the team last year, you, Varun, all those guys. I think that is so competitive that even you think that you might make the team, but you always have to stay on your toes because anyone can come and take your spot. So I feel it is definitely more competitive this year.
I think it's more
Say he's also right in a way because there is more competition. There's a lot of youth talent. You see many batsmen in a lot of the teams. We got the senior players me, we got Nikhil, we got himself. We got all the new talent you, who else? Agustia, bunch of good batsmen, Varun also. So there's a lot more talent, definitely. There's more competition. But last year, it was just a bit new to us how the U15 system worked, especially since we were so used to playing under 13. There was a lot more, seniority in the players who knew what they were doing more than us. So that's why I say it's a bit harder last year.
So would you guys say as the years go on, do you think our cricket level is getting like better? Or would you say it's slowly like decreasing?
I would think it's definitely getting better. I've seen a lot of young kids do really well for their age. There's a lot of good batsmen and bowlers out there who are really young, but they're still performing really good. And there's a lot of talent in the Bay Area for cricket, you know. Yeah.
What's your
Yeah, I would also have to say better. In strikers, like sometimes I go to like coach some kids when I have some free time. Especially like the under 11 batches. There's some kids who are really like standing out. And looking back when I was like in that age group, they were like definitely better than me, and like definitely they show a lot of promising talent and can hopefully like take Bay Area cricket and USA cricket as a whole to like the next level.
all right? Let's backtrack a few years. So how did you start cricket?
I started cricket when my dad introduced me to the World Cup. So back in the day, I used to play soccer. And ever since like COVID and stuff hit, my dad introduced me to cricket. So I saw the World Cup, started developing an interest. And I started off cricket in my backyard, with a tennis ball, like plastic ball, that stuff, like tennis ball bat and everything. So I used to just play for fun. And eventually I developed it as like an actual sports interest. So I started off in my first hard, and yeah, that's where it got me today.
What about you, Raj?
My parents enrolled me in CCA like at the very beginning, like 2019, 2018 at that time. And honestly, like I used to go to like one of the practices with a bunch of older kids, 11, 12 at the time, and I was only like 8, 9. And I honestly hated it like a lot because I had to wake up early in the morning, which I really hated, especially on like a
Start liking the game.
I started liking the game, after a while. I thought it was a really interesting sport, especially since India was doing really good. I felt like a sense of, pride. I wanted to do the same thing for my country. Like, I thought I wanted to go big in this sport, help make an impact for cricket and stuff. So, like, put like a fire in me, to push myself to do good. So that's why I started developing the interest.
Honestly, I just love playing the sport, to be honest. Like I didn't really grow up watching much cricket. I maybe like watched a couple games here and there, like maybe the semifinal finals of India. And like I just love the game. I just love how like the enthusiasm of, like bowling, taking a wicket, or like hearing that sound when, your bat hits the ball and then it goes like for super far. Like I just love that. And that's just what got me up every day to go to practice and games, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and as I know, both of you are all-rounders, right? So how, like, just like an opinionized question, would you say that you'd enjoy the feeling of bowling a peach ball, not getting a wicket, but bowling a peach ball and getting the batsman beaten? Or would you enjoy hitting a big six, like your ideal perfect shot?
I would say, since I'm mostly a batsman myself, I would enjoy hitting a six because just the crisp sound that the bat makes after hitting a hard ball, it's so satisfying. And the feel you get after perfectly middling a shot, it's really nice to do. So yeah, and especially the distance you get on the ball, it's really nice to watch like sail through the boundaries.
Yeah, I'm sure you had many of those, right? Okay, what about you?
Honestly, I would also have to say 6. I know like I'm a primary like bowling all rounder, but I would have to stay a 6 because I feel like when you're batting and you hit it like such a like a creamy 6. Pause. But but if it's such like a creamy 6, it just like it boosts your confidence when you're batting so much that like you start to play freely, like how you do in nets. But I feel like when you're bowling and you bowl like a peach, it does boost your confidence a little, but not as much as while you're batting. So like in that regards, I would have to say the 6.
No, definitely. So, again, being all-rounders, which do you think is easier? Scoring 100 or getting a 5-0?
I would say taking a 5 is easier just because the thing with batsmen is it's just one mistake can cost you your whole day. Like, batsmen have to be extremely careful. Reaching 100 is like no easy feat. In bowling, like especially with this age category, if you're just bowling discipline, you have 6 balls in and over to bowl good. And if the batsman makes a mistake, that's like your win. But if a batsman makes a mistake while batting, they're out for the entire day. And it's so easy to make a mistake while playing this game that, you can cost you your whole game.
Yeah, I would also have to say like in a 40-over game, it would definitely be scoring 100 would be harder. Because I feel like, just like how Ruby said, like if you make one mistake while you're batting, you're gone. You're just sitting for the rest of the inning. But if you make one mistake in bowling, worst case, it goes for like a 4 or a 6, right? So you can always come back. And I feel like you, as a bowler, you can get really lucky with wickets, especially if like the conditions that day, like the pitch and the outfield, like support you. like myself as a spinner, like if it feels like a turf pitch.
So it feels like you guys are more like lent like towards batting, right? Do you guys enjoy batting or both?
I'd have to say batting, because I'm a batter myself, so I'm a bit biased. I started cricket off like, with the excitement of batting, staying at the crease, just being able to hit the ball. It's so exciting to me, so that's why I chose to stick with batting.
I would also have to say batting. I mean, like I know I'm a primary bowler, but I bowl so much that I don't really get much time to bat in games because I usually don't like that middle order. So whenever I do get to bat, I really like cherish it and I try to like make the most out of it. So I would have to probably say batting.